Okay. Yeah, it's Freddy 59100. Freddy 59100. Let me get my camera right. And I'm back here in an undisclosed location. All I can say is in Rockledge County. Hell, let's just say it's behind nature camp up here in Vesuvius, and I'm cruising. I'm about a mile back up in here. Overslept this morning, so I got a late start. And very interesting back here. As you can see, it's all mountains. Everywhere you look, here's the road. We're going around that way. And we're looking up on the ridge. All that good stuff. So, you know, wrong way. There we go. So anyway, I'm thinking, now you want to see something funky? Now, while I'm a mile in, I'm at the end of where people are. Okay? Let me show you something. My gloves are kind of big, so you got to pardon me here for a minute. Now, there's no trail back here or anything. See, it's kind of interesting. It does look like someone stacked it. I don't know if it's human or if it's Bigfoot. I don't know. But where I'm at, it's a trail, which will end up here. When I get to the end of it, you'll see where it goes into the woods. And that's where I'll start my investigation at. Everything. It's pretty back here. A lot of mountain though, and half of them are like that, and a little steeper. And half these ridges back here is about 3 football fields length going up that ridge, or up the ridges, and everything. But I figure while I'm back here, I'll do a little, I call it teaching and listening. Okay, we know the Bigfoot is the ultimate predator. We know what kind of signs he likes making. We know he does that. We know he does. And we know he's got a language. I assume that, I reckon, old Cherokee and everything. That's what I'm assuming. Because I took a recording that I heard on the internet a couple weeks ago, and I sent it to a friend of mine who works for the city of Richmond, and analyzes voices for the police. And he says on certain words it sounds like old Cherokee. It's okay, so that's what I'm assuming. We know they got infrasound. So what I do before I go in the woods, I'm doing just like I do when I go hunting, especially casual hunting. I coat myself from head to toe with some cover scent and everything. But I talked to a fellow back here about 2 months ago. He told me a good spot to check on. Well, it says about 4.5 miles back up in the woods. So I'll be getting back there sooner or later. Anyway, we know that it can run 30 miles an hour. We definitely know that they're intelligent. We know that we know they got day watchers, and we do know they do get a little aggressive if you walk up on them, like I did. I ran up on that one. Yeah, he turned around and ran. But I really didn't. I knew about them. I studied up on them, but I didn't know what the reaction would be until I chased one. and they are fast. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta keep on cruising back here. All right, back in a minute. Okay, I'm at the end of the trail here. I chunked up about 15 jakes. I think it was jakes. It looked like all of them. They had these leaves and turkeys are weird. I hear them back there purring and putting. I hear them putting. Trying to get them back together again. I'm trying to see if I can spot one. Yeah, he probably done hit the top of the ridge and gone. Anyway, I'm right here at the end of the trail, and I'm walking back in here now. This is where I go coyote hunting. Still watching green turkey. Hopefully I'll see one. I can film it. It's not often you get to film a flock of turkey, especially when you're walking. And they jumped up, they're probably about 40, 45, 50 yards away. And they flew up the ridge, that way, that way. I guess I didn't go. So anyway, I'm gonna hit what this trail is like an old trail here. Let's see. Nope. It's a deer trail. I've been back in here for the past, well, ever since 1969. I've killed over 100 coyotes back in here. And I've also heard a lot of weird shit back in here too. Not really no tree knocks or anything, just mostly, I heard a rock tap one time out here. Sounded like see someone talking, but I really couldn't prove it. Sun's kind of easing back in here. Sometimes if you could sneak back in here, you get lucky and see a nice sized buck laying down. But I was back in here about first week of January, and I probably went about 4 miles over to my right back in here. Well, yeah, and I was along the creek bed, and I put on this dying rabbit, and I used what they call it, cottontail in distress, and a baby cottontail in distress at the same time, plus a mouthpiece on top of that. I had 4 come down off a ridge like a ridge like that right there, up in there, like that. They come down, and I got, I don't know, they got about 45, 50 feet from the rabbit I had. They, one stopped, I had my 243, and I hit one right, and I hit him in the right eye, blew half his head off, and I'm using what they call varmint grenades and Barmageddons, and I load my own ammo. Well, anyway, I went across the creek to get it. I had my gun, and I slipped. Me and the gun landed in the creek. The gun was completely submerged for about a minute, and so was I. I got out of the creek. I was mad. I was cussing, screaming more or less. And I took my ghillie suit was completely saturated, and I was saturated all the way down through my 2 pairs of sweatpants. all down to my bare skin. And it was about 25 to interesting. Freshly broken limb. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. But what I'm doing today, creeks right over there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay along the creek, look for prints and everything. I'm just easing way back here. Might get lucky and see a mountain lion. They're all over the place back here. And on 6970, it wasn't nothing to see one or two of them back here. They'd look at you and want about the business. I'm trying to be quiet. Anyway, I'll get back with you. Okay, 3059, 100 back. Okay, I'm getting ready to walk up a ridge. Get my camera straight. Ready to walk up that ridge right there. And it's right into a pine thicket. This is what it looks like around me. Okay, I'm trying to ease up in here without making no noise. The road's going right there. I'll stay off that. Alright. I'm going up in that hollow right there, which goes straight and cuts around, and then goes straight up the mountain, kind of almost at an angle. Let's see, at an angle about like that right there. All right, so here we go. Now I want y'all to listen real good. If y'all hear something, y'all let me know. Nah, I ain't going up that hollow. I'm gonna go ahead and follow this logging trail from about the 1930s. Everything. I want to get back here far enough where I can do some tree knocks and some yells. I just don't feel like climbing steep hills today. As much noise as I'm making, I could wake up the dead. But you can't help it, it's thick through here. As far as broken branches on the trail. Ouch. Where's that trail at? Oh, it's down here. I think I'm being flanked by coyotes because every time I stop I hear them. They didn't stop. Either that or they easing up on them turkey. If you ever seen coyotes go after a turkey, that's a blast. Especially when they try to grab them their way. Sometimes they'll grab a leg and get a good meal. Sometimes they'll grab the tail feathers and see you later. Yeah, back in the 20s and 30s they logged back here. And this bull pine right here, they used to get them, and back in I've seen pictures down at Gertie's store. They showed these trees right here, 4 times the size of roundness, and that high. That high. Come back here logging. Summertime, this is the best place to come. course, you got kids back here, college kids that come in sometimes. But I don't think they come back this far, though. I don't know. I have no idea. Things have changed since 1969, 1970, when hurricane, or when the big flood Agnes, it's either Agnew or Agnes, come through Virginia in 69 and 70. Right around the corner from where Nature Camp is, we had a farm over there, and it was down this little gully. The only thing, and when that flood hit, it washed 3 sides of the mountain down. And the only thing that saved our house was it was up on the side, the hillside, probably about 100 feet, maybe not even that far. And the water and the mud and stuff come right up to the bottom of the, well, it went over the first step and then it stopped. We had to be helicoptered out of there. Do I want to, or do I'll stay on I'll go across the creek. See, I'll never get lost up here because as long as I stay along this creek bed and I hear the creek and know where it's at, I'm not going to get lost. Beautiful back here, you could use. Tree bird. Let's see about my footprints here. I'm just eating off of through here. I'm about 3.5 miles back up in here now, give or take. Ouch. That hurt. Okay. Last storm did some doozies back here. Okay, I'll back on a minute.